What's going on, guys? I hope you're doing well today. The American Gentleman here, back with another story you won't believe. I'm here to talk to you about Young Thug. I feel like Young Thug has become a menace to society, and here's why. Throughout his time in the streets, Young Thug is currently facing a RICO charge and is currently being prosecuted by Atlanta. In this indictment, he's tied to over 50 murders, one of which was a cop who was shot, I believe, 4 or 5 times. Also, Young Thug's baby mama was shot, and the only thing he had to say about it is don't have kids. They even have audio recording of Young Thug asking other people why he ain't killed somebody yet. Tell them that they're getting soft, right? Also, one time, they found an extreme amount of drugs in his house, including methamphetamines, that was to be distributed throughout the streets. Okay, see, the only problem with that was when they went in his house that time, they didn't have the proper search warrant, so they couldn't actually charge him with it. This man has got more chances than anyone else I can think of. And I think to myself, why does this man want to act so hard? Why? Because we all seen the old videos of him looking really soft. And there's even a lot of pictures of him wearing dresses. And I'm not just talking about the Jeffrey album cover dresses. I'm talking about some real dresses that ain't fashion forward. By the way, he said that album cover, he did it so he can hide the stick. Why do you need to hide a stick in the middle of a photo shoot? Your ops ain't gonna come jump in, I promise you. But anyways, my list of grievances could go on forever, but what I'm here to tell you about is I think there is a change in the culture. There's a pushback that is coming. We went through this phase to where people started making money off of rapping. Some people wanted to listen to insightful rappers, but the majority of them just wanted to listen to something just vulgar. And this vulgar music, after a while, it wasn't enough just to be vulgar. You had to be living it. Your life had to be vulgar. And then it got to a point to where if you wasn't a real murderer, people didn't want to hear you. People wanted to see your beef. People wanted to watch you die in the streets while you killed others. It was this whole new sick entertainment dilemma has never really happened before quite in such a way. But now, after that has gone on for so long and so many lives have been consumed on all sides, people are tired of this crap and people are getting tired of gangs, right? And if you really think about it, what is a gang? A gang is a cult for poor people. A lot of times, let's just say it, you might disagree, but usually where do gang members come from? They come from impoverished areas. They got to swear their allegiance. And they got to do horrible things for this gang. They want to sell drugs throughout the community. They want to murder others that get in their way. And they expect your undevoted loyalty. Now, what does that sound like to you? If that's not a cult, I don't know what is. And people are so tired. Parents are so tired. Mothers are so tired. The police, they're so tired of having to deal with this crap. Every day, another gang member runs up and kills another gang member. And really, it's been on my heart real bad as a Christian because it's negatively impacting the most impoverished community. This is something that is hurting the poor on a mass scale. And this is something that is hurting black people on a mass scale. And truth be told, you know, the thing with George Floyd was horrible. It was completely horrible. Right, but everyone's so worried about police that they forget the reason why we even got the police. Because in a lot of these areas, there's so much black on black crime that is crazy. Meaning, if you're growing up in the ghetto and you're a part of a gang and you're out here repping, you're out here banging, you're either going to die or go to jail. There's really no other option. There's none. Or you think you're going to be the 0.01% that makes it, right? No, there's only 2 pathways, 2 ways this can end. And it's crazy how one person, one set of people over here is living obscene, and then they see down the block another group of people that's living obscene. And the most obscene ones try to find the other ones, and they just want to hunt each other down all day long for sport, for anger. They think they playing Call of Duty in the streets. They think they some type of soldier. No, you're a freaking sick person. You're a sick person that's lost and you need some help. If you think it's okay to kill another person and that's your morals, you are sick. And our society cannot have people in it that will kill other people. No, it's a danger to everyone. So what are they going to do? They're going to build more prisons and lock them all away. But why does this even have to happen? Why? And a lot of it is because the people with money are controlling this, like Young Thug. A millionaire. A millionaire trying to be out here in the streets playing like a kid, right? And think about it. Why do they always have a young in front of their name? Why do they always have a little or baby or really young? They try to think of the youngest name that they can possibly use because that's the type of energy that they want to put off. They want to put off a childish energy, an energy that just doesn't care about consequences, that's free and will do whatever. Well, my prediction for 2023 is the culture is going to be changing. All these people that's putting out all this gangster stuff that thinks that they're so cool, little by little, they're dry snitching on themselves and they're giving the cops exactly what they need to put them away. And the crime has become so bad, they are going to put them away. I don't know if you noticed, but I put out a video a while back ago talking about how 200 rappers were killed in 2020 and like 250 were killed in 2021, and in 2022 it's going to be even crazier. Self-proclaimed rappers are dying all the time. And dying for what? For what? For bullshit. They can't stop disrespecting each other. They want to scoop up all that clout, scoop up all that money. They want to be hyped. Their entire energy is they want to make themselves great while tearing down their environment. They're distributing drugs, impoverishing the community around them, ruining the quality of people's lives, murdering people. I mean, what the hell? Why are we even standing for this? And my prediction is we're not going to much longer. This whole movement towards real rappers is about to fade. It's about to be out. And pretty soon, in a few years, I feel like gangsters is going to be an extinct breed. Where I'm from, I never called it gangster. I called it not being right with God. I call it willing to exalt yourself at any expense of anyone else. Evil. Trying to be like their father, the Dark Lord. Because this ain't no Christian stuff, I'll tell you that. They're doing the exact opposite of everything Jesus wants. Jesus says turn the other cheek. No, instead, they'll shoot you in the face. Jesus said don't look at a woman lustfully. They say, I'm going to mess with all these hoes and I'm going to get them all pregnant. And then when I have too many babies, I'm going to just start aborting them. They say love your neighbor as yourself. These gangsters say f your neighbors. Get them on drugs, exploit them, and take all the money out their pocket. And for people to start learning, we're going to have to start putting these people away. We're going to have to start putting them away for a long time. And we don't even know the extent of what all Young Thug has done. I feel like even 10, 20 years with what he's done, he's probably getting off easy. To be tied with 50 murders for you to even be able to get out in 10, 20 years, you're getting off easy. They started the whole thing with YFN killing Big Nut, and then a whole bunch of stuff sparked from that. I ain't too proud of what he did by kicking his dead passenger out the car. I mean, that's some shit. But all this stuff going on in the streets right now ain't cool. What happened with Vaughn, FBG Duck in Chicago, all this stuff is not necessary. None of these people have to be dying. And it's not even poverty at that point, because a lot of these people go on to get money, whether it's illegally or whatever. They go on to make a good amount of money, but it's a poverty mindset. It's a mindset to where you don't want to save. You want to go out and stunt as hard as you can, get on drugs, do a bunch of stuff you're not supposed to, and glorify being horrible. You don't got to worry about it much longer, because with the current way things are going, life goes in cycles. And we went up to the extreme, and now with these RICO cases and stuff, we're about to come back down. And in a couple more days, Atlanta is going to reveal 2 more indictments. Some people think one of them might be Lil Baby, because apparently Young Thug got Lil Baby out of the streets because he was already making more selling drugs than he could ever make rapping. Even if he made $20K a week, he'd have to take a pay cut. This is how much stuff he's doing. But you do stuff like this on this scale, they will get you. And for those of you who think that I'm just some random white boy running my mouth, no, I was doing way too much. My little brother, God rest his soul, died on 9/11/2017 of a drug overdose after church. And this was while he was out on bond for stealing $30,000 cash from his mother and his stepdad, and about 10, 15 guns. So even if he would have lived, who knows if he would have ever even seen the light of day once he got sentenced. But no, this whole culture thing is about to end. Pretty soon, from all the menacing that these rappers are doing nowadays, people are going to want to stop funding people like this. People thought it was cool for a minute. They funded them, got too much money in these people's pockets, and now it's time to restructure our society again. And it's going to be one where real ones ain't gonna be at the top. And I'm not the only one who feels like this. I know I'm not. I know I'm not. I know there's gonna be some people watching this video talking about how great Young Thug is, and oh he's not a criminal. Those are just lyrics. Well, number one, they some pretty sick ass lyrics, some of them. They're pretty sick. What's in a man's heart to where that's what you're saying? That's the message you want to push to the world. Because think about this. If he sung about other stuff and he rapped about other stuff, he would have not sold. But the reason why he's selling is from him pushing gangsterism. Gangsterism. I'll even put a clip in here with Charleston White and DJ Academics talking about this very subject. So a lot of people are talking about this. The times are changing. I wish I had a more upbeat video for you. I wish I had something with a bunch of clips and a whole bunch of cool stuff I can just throw in to keep your attention. But no, this is real. I'm sick of seeing this shit, and we're gonna do something about it. Collectively, us as a whole, we're gonna weed this stuff out of our community. We're gonna uproot it. And just as much as they wanted to destroy our community, we want to take it back even more. So yeah, you might hate me for this video. I'm sorry you feel that way, but this is how I feel, and I can't change how I feel. You feel how you feel, right? And for me to tell you anything else would be insincere. What kind of person would I be if I got up here and lied to you, told you something else, told you what your itching ears want to hear? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm about. It's not what I've ever been about. So I'm going to continue to get on here speaking the truth, or as close to it as I can, because I'm only human. You know, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm also not saying I'm out here murdering people either. And that's just not the life. Also, you want to see a good example of what this leads to? There's a guy named Seafood. Seafood, look him up. He was a street dude. He's been shot on 4 different occasions, 17 times. And now he don't want to be in the streets, but he's got to be paranoid. Every single thing he does, everywhere he goes, paranoia. And I listened to some of his interviews, and he said people aren't trying to hurt him for no reason. He's done stuff to make people want to hurt him. So you can only guess what that means. And that means he's done murdered somebody. I don't know how many. I don't know the details of none of it. But basically, this guy has murdered some people. And as payback for that, he has to look over his shoulder every single day of his life. And that's the life that they're glorifying. You know, Young Thug may not have to look over his shoulder as much because he's protected. He's got people around him 24/7. But a lot of these shooters in the streets, a lot of these young kids is what they are. They're kids. I don't even want to call them shooters. They're kids. These kids, these 18, 19-year-old, 17-year-old kids in the street, they don't have $1 million laying around. They can't be protected. They still got to walk around in that same ghetto every day. They still got to walk around on the same block, which they killed somebody on. You think that's not going to come back to them? Think about this. Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel, and then what was his curse? God had to put a mark on his head so that people wouldn't kill him, and his consequence was he had to be a wanderer for the rest of his days, meaning he had to get away from his hometown so people didn't kill him, which he did. He survived and he thrived. But if he would have went back to the trap, if he would have went back to his spot, no, they would straight got him. And this is the life that we're glorifying. We're glorifying a life to where you want to look over your shoulder all the time. And then we want to idolize the people who's got to look over their shoulder all the time. Paranoid because they've been a shitty person at life. And they've really done a bunch of people wrong. And that's the type of people we want to put in front of our kids on a TV screen and say, hey kids, you want to be like this person. Be like this wanderer. Be like this murderer. But anyways, I've digressed. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say for today. I hope you all have a great day. And remember this, if you don't remember anything else, don't forget to be good on your way to becoming great.